Hey everyone, I wanted to come on really quick to give you guys a quick update on the status of my craft space. Now you hear a lot of noise in the background. Keep in mind that we are still on summer break, so that's where all the the noise is going on in the house. Now I am about 98% complete with the room. That is the new background that you're seeing. My little comfort spot things back there for when I lay on the floor in my room, and I'll explain that to you guys in the complete video. Now the only reason that I am in the 90% completion is because I am still working on my pegboard, and in a minute I will show you guys what I mean by that. Now when we did the last previous video, I was telling you guys how I was in a state of about the room. I had a very close friend of mine come in and help me do a lot of the organization, and without her I don't think I would have even gotten to this point, because me and organization, we are not buddies whatsoever. But with that being said, I will show you where my mind span is at with the pegboard. So let's go ahead and flip this camera around and I will give you guys a preview of where my thoughts are with that. So let's go ahead and get that going. Okay, so let's talk about this pegboard. So I will try to find a picture where it shows my pegboard, but I think there's another in one of the original videos where it does show what it looked like previously. And the reason why I'm changing this up is because I don't think that I was using this system to the best possible or most efficient way. And I'm sorry that I am moving this around so much. I'm actually holding my phone and I don't have the most steady hands. But anyway, I originally had these going the long way across, and when I was sitting at my desk, I realized that I no longer liked the way it looked and I needed to change that. So I took all the systems down, all the chips down, and these are just I think they're called 5 pegs with these on here. I'll try to link these out in the finished video, and they're drilled into the pegs, to the pegboard, and then I just put the chips on here with clips, and then the paint's on there. But I'll explain this more in detail later, because I am going to change how I put these, how I do the names on here on another when I'm done, because I do have some more paints that I need to add on here. But what I am going to do is, my plan is to do something completely different with this side, because I do want to bring some more of my art material, I should say my art mediums, down here, because I want to add some more color just as much as I'm doing like here, and my markers in the background. So with that being said, what I did get on Amazon, I'm gonna swing you around, covering some of this marble that I have. I'm going to add some acrylic shells, as well as some other material that I'm going to be bringing up, like the cubby holes and things like that. I'll cover some of this up because I want to be a big reveal. And so I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna lay everything up based on what I'm gonna bring down here, to see how it's going to all look. So we're going to see how I'm going to rearrange all of this, and if I'm going to be able to use just these chips, because I want to be able to have some space for if I want to add any additional one of these. Now these don't come in white. At least I didn't find them in white. They are in silver, and I'll show you them right here. They are in silver, and I just happened to spray paint them because I wanted to be able to see all the chips. And then I just screwed them on, so that's exactly how they come up. They are hard to find by name if you're looking for them, so I will do my best to link them on the finished video. And then so I just try to lay everything down in color wheel order, going this way and then going this way. So that's the best way it looked for my eye, even though this down here probably doesn't go right here. It should go up there, but I will make some more reorganization, because of course this is like a weird spot. Oh, I think because it goes right there, but this is how it would look best for my eye. So anyway, but that is why I say that I am 95% done, because I do need to also fix this, because I am going to add some more of my jelly rolls. But I am going to possibly do a video where you guys see me swatching my jelly rolls and then putting them up in here. So there is everything that I was wanting to show you guys in that aspect, and then I'll be done with the room, and then I'll do a massive video with all of it all put together. All right. Hey rollers, welcome back. The office is now complete. I wanted to wait a few months as I recorded and make any final changes to anything within the office before I made the final video and then provide you with the office tour. So we are going to start that today, so you can see a segment of it behind me. So what we're going to do today is go ahead and flip you around so that I'll give you an overview and then in detail view of what I've done so far. We'll also do a full partial section. I guess you'll be able to see of what I did from beginning to end of how this went into effect of what I did. And if you remember, this was not an easy process. It was very difficult. So I want to say thank you to everyone that helped me out, because without your help, this would not have been completed in the time frame or at all, to be honest with you. So again, thank you. Love you all. Now, I've left my office as well in the current state that it is, because I wanted you guys to actually see the workspace as it is on a day-to-day. I did not want you guys to get the impression that like for instance, that my desk is not a desk that is constantly being worked on. So it does look like it looks on its, like I said, day-to-day and things of that nature. So you'll see my craft desk, like we like to call it sometimes, in its natural capacity. So I hope you like the way it is, and then you can let me know in the comments what you all think. So let's go ahead and flip you around, give you a full view tour. So let's go ahead and get this video rolling. That's what you came here for. All right, guys, so here's a full view of the craft this space, and I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys started from this area, my desk, which I often call the captain's chair space. So, but full disclosure, I will let you know that there's some work being done in my home. So if you hear any noise and stuff going on in the background, that is why. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, as I was saying, I left everything as is, as I do for my day-to-day basis, because I wanted you to see what it looks like every day. So desk area, I will move my beautiful gaming chair over, and so you guys can see. I'll try not to move too fast so I don't make you too dizzy, and then I'll give you a more in-depth of all the areas so that you can view it all space by space. All right, all the area. These are all things from, what's that place called, IKEA, that we are also very fond of. Things of that nature. Calyx units, is that what we call them? Yes, I think so. All the beautiful labels. And then the closet space. There we go. Everything's labeled, and I'll give you more in detail once we get everything. Aprons, hats, and a label. Well, my so-called wreath. That's the best wreath I have ever made. And then all the machines their respective places. Beautiful TV, you know you can't craft without TV. Print station, vinyl station, and this right here that we've missed is my paper station. And these boxes are work in progress for actually Expressions vinyl. And I did not mention what this is right here. This is all my work in progress areas as well, but I'll give you guys all a detailed tour. So let's go ahead and start right here at the wonderful captain's area. All right, so what we've got here is one of the, I think it's called a file station, and I got this from IKEA as well. So it's a chaos zone, and all I have some pencils in here and just color wheels, personal files, and just some things that I moved up from my what used to be my original office, what is it called, craft room space. And then I have my Jane Davenport what are these, magic wand water brush markers up here, and then these are the wonderful jars that from Target Dollar Spot that I've turned into my candy containers, so that when I'm crafting or doing anything in here, working, creating, I can of course have something to munch on. So actually, let's see, we'll turn over here. This is my pegboard, and we've got a lot of Jane Davenport stuff right here. Paints, pretty stuff, my infusible ink, and these containers are the old Jane Davenport jars that I of course took and spray painted and added eyelashes to. So I had to take those out. These are the color sticks from Jane Davenport. Can you tell I had a Jane Davenport fetish back in the day? And I'll explain that more in detail as to why I have so many Jane Davenport things up here. And then what else I have up here? I have a bunch of color pencils. These are my Arteza Woodless Prismacolor Eagle pencils, the old Eagle pencils. This is the Sanford pencils and the Faber-Castell pencils. I will bring these down so that you guys can take a quick look at why I have them up there, and I'll explain why I have them separated as well, so that will be better explained. Give me 1 second, because I have to get a step stool because it's actually too high up for me. I am height challenged. Okay, so back in the day when I first started, I started off as a coloring book colorist, but I have not colored since COVID. I'm trying to get back into it, but I had actually started collecting some of the older vintage coloring pencils, mainly the Prismacolor pencils. So I do have a small collection of the Prismacolor Eagles. So these are the ones that I have. And then I also have the Prismacolor Sanfords. These are all the ones that I have. I do actually have to go in and sharpen some of my Eagles, but I figured they're precious, so I didn't want to really ruin them, so I've left them in there. Some of these I have, but some of them already came sharpened. And then I also have the old school Faber-Castell. These are actually very old, the Faber-Castell Gold Faber ones. I didn't realize they were as valuable as the Prismacolor ones until I was looking them up and I was messing around with some of my other Faber-Castell pencils when I noticed that. So that's why I have these separate from all my other pencils, and you'll see where I keep all those other pencils at. And so we'll take a look at the rest of the stuff on my desk, which I will be cleaning up later on in another project that I'll be making a video of. So here I have some weeding tools and some pencils that I like to keep on my desk, sharpened, some highlighters. These are pencil brushes, and I keep, let's see, this is I think the new Prismacolor colors that just released. and then the Tombow pencils, but I think they're the Tombow ones. Maybe not. Oh, actually, these are the cold erase pencils, but I'll be changing all of this layout at a later date and time. And then I also have all my collection of electric pencil sharpeners right here as well. So you can see that right here. That I might make a video about in the near future as well. And then my desk layout right here. So I keep my MacBook on this arch so that it'll be able to stay closed in clamshell mode so that I can do dual monitor setup. So because I was a project manager, so I absolutely have to have my dual monitors because I can't function without that. So when you go up here, now you have all my pens are all laid out, mostly in color order by brand. So there's that. And then up here are the cubes that are by Renee Clark. There's the first one and there's the second one. There's nothing in the little piggy as of yet. I haven't decided what I'm gonna put in that one. Let me try to grab one of these cubes in the event that you guys have not seen these cubes. I will show you them. I've not used any of them yet, but I did buy them because, like I said, I do plan on going back to coloring, and these do let me pick color schemes, and that's why I got it. So there we go. I thought it was very pretty. Plus, I loved how it looked, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this right here. And then the other thing is, for me, I have all my paint chips on this pegboard right here. And I'll show you where all my paints are there. So like I was trying to say earlier, hence why I have all my Jane Davenport stuff there, because I used to do a lot of coloring as well. All right, and then I love how my color wheel gets displayed right here. This is from Color and Bliss, Jennifer Stay. That's why I use a lot of her color wheel stuff, and I'll show you that in detail later on in the video. And as a reminder to ourselves, take a breath, breathe, because there are some days it is just hard as usual. And then down here, I keep a chart of how to cut some materials and let's see, time and temp for certain things and things of that nature. Now this is in Spanish, so if you can't read it, that is why. All right, so let's go ahead, pan out. That's what the top of my desk looks like. It looks like chaos, but it is perfectly organized chaos. All right, so now let's take a look at the drawers on the left side of my desk. These are from IKEA as well. And we'll go ahead and start from the bottom. Now they are labeled. Well, most of them are labeled. I'll just open them up. This is my pens. And there's just random pens in here, nothing fancy that you guys need to really look at. What's in here? These are some pads. These are actually my pens for my silhouette, sanding paper. It might not make sense to most people what's in these drawers, but to me it makes perfect sense. This is my adhesive, dots and things like that, my Tombow mono dots, and I have some more dots back here. This is my Jane Davenport watercolors that are in here, and I didn't have another spot for them where my other things were. These are the extra dream sticks, so I just put them in here. And yeah, I know it doesn't coordinate with anything that's in here, but for now that's where I could think to put it. This one has all my sharpeners and my label maker, chalk pens and things like that, my little vacuum thing, and so on and so forth. This has my paper pads, some of my hair clips, things like that. In this drawer, let's see, and this is the one that I probably opened the most. It has a lot of personal items in here, so chapstick and things like that. All right, let's scoot on over. This stays in here all the time. Like I said, I'm kind of short, so it's always in here. All right, so this drawer has my staplers, staples, things like that, crocodile, which I have that, but for some reason I tend not to use it a lot, so I need to try to figure that out. Envelopes are in here, my extra cords and iPad, all that. So what I've done over the years is I've labeled everything with washi tape, and then I bought these soap containers and put everything this way so that I know what belongs to what. This has helped me be able to keep all the labels in somewhat order. So this is how I've been able to do it. It helps in a way, but now it's kind of chaotic when you have cables going on everywhere. All right, so that's what's in here. There's more. There's another container back there with more extra cords. Tools are in here. Lots of tools are in here. So this is, if I'm looking for something specific to mess with, you'll see me coming this drawer quite a bit. More tape, but this is a lot of my, you know, paint tape and things of that nature goes in here. And then this is the next most used drawer, scissors, and so on and so forth. All right, so that's this side of the room. So this is, like I said, the captain station where most of everything gets done. I did not show you right here, which is those little containers from the Dollar Tree, magnetically placed up here, as well my footrest. And then what I did do, I got one of these hanging things, they're like command hooks, but I put my Joy mats up here so that I can easily access them because they're small and it'd be easier to grab. So I just hung them from here, and then some notebooks right here, and that's it. Now I'm gonna swing you around really quickly to right behind me to show you what's in here. So this is the island from IKEA, and the reason I got this was because it gives me 2 working spots, and these containers are actually from Target. And what I really liked about them is that it allows me to use this space for work in progress. So since I'm part of different playlists, what I've done is gotten these little label things, and did they come with these? I actually don't remember, but anyway, what I did was I labeled them. Actually, see, they come like this, but I got these clips, and what I did was I'm able to label them and put anything that I have planned for, projects that I have planned for. That way I can keep track of any ideas that I have. So that's that. Then at the bottom are all my actual heat presses. I think that's a 9x9, 6x6. My hat press. There's another heat press down there, and then the Cricut mini press. My drill. That's a mug press, and then access to a cutter. And then this is my laminator and my roller for my Maker 3, which, since I got it, I really don't use it much, and it's part of the reason now is where my Maker is laid up. So that is that. And then from here you'll see my recording thingamabob. So that's this portion right here. So I'm gonna swing you guys back around to my window right over here, and this right here has my 2 containers this container down here has my Dollar Tree vinyl in here, Oh, sorry, fingers in the way. My Dollar Tree container is right here. And this container actually has pencils, coloring pencils in here, and that didn't fit in my other color pencil drawers on the other side. So for instance, I have my Brute Furnace squares in this one. This one's just extra pens. This one has my, probably should turn this around so you guys can get a good idea. My Derwent watercolors, my graphitints, my tinted charcoal, and all my Derwent metallics. So this one has all my Derwent pencils. Well, one I have that could fit in here. Then I've got my Arteza pencils and my watercolor pencils are in this one. This one has 3 pencils in here, and then my Black Widows are all in this gigantic container. And then these books are actually my swatch books. This is in watercolor pencil paper, and this is in tan paper. So this actually comes from Coloring Bliss as well, Jennifer Stay. And it's already pre-labeled for me to start working on it. I just have not. This is tan paper. So that's going to be part of another series that I'll probably start to show you guys what I will be doing with my pencils when I get that working on, probably sometime next year. And put these back, and that is it. All right, and then trying to use my vertical space, just color wheel stuff and swatches from my previous lifespan as well. All right, so this piece is also from IKEA. So all my paints are in this wonderful container. And so up there is Waverly, and I tried to keep it in color rainbow order as well. And this one set has all my Dixie Belle as well. And then down here is all of my DIY paints in order as well. And then these little trays I got from Amazon. They separate, they pull out as well, but I think they come in sets of 2s, and that's how I got them. And then I have a small collection of all-in-one paint, and that's how these are set up. And these are my bigger Dixie Belle paints. And then I got some, let's see, Minwax, Hells Man, my polyacrylic and spray urethane are back here. And then let's see, there's my Voodoo Stain and things like that are back here. These are just my Posca pins are in this. And then here are my Arteza paint markers. And then of course, this is just an extra thing of glue sticks that I always forget is here when I go grab glue sticks. All right, so in this area, this is just for show, really, but I do have the taller containers of Waverly that don't fit upstairs, up on the top, and then all my brushes are right here. Okay, so now let's open the bottom so that you guys can see what's in here. Let's move my chair out of the way. Okay, so this has a ton of my acrylic paint in this little container. And then I've got some Mod Podge that I put in this ketchup, I call it ketchup container. And this Maker's Magic that I just ordered and I have not tried it yet, that I'll be doing in a future video. And this wooden crate, I want to say I got it from Walmart a while ago, but I just have small bottles to keep it organized. So I just got more Mod Podge in here. And then chocolate tour stuff back here. This little container, just to keep things a little organized. This is from Dollar Tree, just keeping all my chocolate tour stuff. These are from the chocolate tour monthly subscriptions that come in, that if I don't use them, I just throw them in here. That's what that is. this all back. Missed one. Okay, so down here, the second one is a basket full of extras. If you've seen me make any mugs or cups, you've seen me use this. And then these paper pads are from when I was subscribing to Whiskey and Wit. Not Whiskey and Wit, I'm so sorry. What was her name? I will come up with more decal and decor. Sorry, I just had a brain aneurysm just a second. Not but you know. So I used to get her subscription until recently, and so there's these paper pads. So that's why they're in here. So that's what all of the stuff is, just extra stuff in here. Then actually some of her stuff is in here. So sorry, I'm doing a lot of this one-handed. So there's a lot of her wood stuff in here, and I always forget they're in here. So this one is Thanksgiving from last year. So that's what's in here. Wood blanks. I think this is Christmas of last year that I never even did. So I probably should leave that out so I can try to do it this year. It'd be actually a good video for one of my playlists. And then these are letters from Hobby Lobby that are just plain. And then let's see, we've got a bunch of containers in here that I've labeled: glue sticks, highlighters, clips, and then dry erase markers for the kids when they go to school. I just come in and grab them. And these are these clips that I used in those yellow containers that I showed you earlier. And then antibacterial wipes. Those did come from the Dollar Tree, of course. And these are my little chocolate pieces that you can use. I ordered these from Amazon as well for you to mix with your chocolate pieces. So I just put them in here, and then they're different sizes. So container from Dollar Tree, that has a bunch of different tools in here. And then the famous Dollar Tree mallet is in here. Okay, and then this is just an extra one that I had, and it has all my resin supplies that I need to actually start experimenting with. So here's the dryer, and then everything else that's supposed to be in here: Dollar Tree resin and supplies and stuff that I need to start using. You know how I scrap those two. Everything back. All right, so on this side of the paint pantry, like I would call it, is some more vinyl containers, and these mostly house my Cricut vinyl that I bought when I first started crafting. And if you don't know anything about how that story goes, go back after you watch this video, my video about mistakes I made as a newbie. So that's how I have all of this very precious Cricut vinyl. Okay, so we won't talk about this, just like we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about this. I am trying to go through it as much as possible, but I always tend to forget about this and use other vinyl. It's not my favorite, but it's there and I need to use it. All right, so when I'm videoing, I tend to move my MacBook to this, and it's just a fan that to keep it cool. I don't think it usually helps too much, but I try to use it. So some decor pieces on my window, and then we come to this piece right here, which is a calyx unit, and up there we just have some blanks, and they didn't have all that decor up on the boxes. I went into Cricut Design Space and just put all of those so that I would know what each item is. And then in all of these squares, I just went in, I had all these supplies and just put them in there themselves. And then same thing on here, I just had to label everything because otherwise I don't know what's going on. This is just all blanks that I haven't decided what to do with as of yet. And then these, I've already made the designs and they're just need to go in and actually do the work. So the design is all together with the shirt. It's just heat pressing. And of course, I still forget that it's in there. All right, so in here is just containers with pieces, lots of small pieces in all of these little containers. So a lot of these are from DT, except these, I think, they're just Walmart pieces. So some of you, if you've watched any of my previous videos, probably noticed some of these or have seen some of these before. So that's what these are. And then this one's, it's a broken one from DT. Some more. These are actually from Target, dollar spot, with a lot of beads. Beads, Walmart bead, not Walmart, but Amazon. This is Dollar Tree bead. So I just throw them all in here because it was just nowhere else to put them. These are things that I've collected over time and we didn't have anywhere else to put them, so we just put them in here. So overflow basically. I need to get a better container because it is falling apart. Okay. So that goes in there. If I can close it properly. Right. This one was a project that I made on one of the videos, and this is all overflow of wood projects, or wood blanks I should say. See, I'm making a mess. So a lot of Dollar Tree blanks and things like that. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. I just like to keep that there because I think it was I made this one for Mental Health Month. That's what I did that one for. Alright, so we're gonna mosey on over here just to do the same tower. So up top of here is the Whiskey and Wit additional blanks. They're the bigger blanks. My hand's in the way. They're the bigger blanks, and that's why they're up there. And then in these are the Calyx file holders. I just have them turned sideways because I felt that it would be easier to pull anything out that I needed instead of turning them the other way. So that's either way that you could hold the items instead of up and down, just turn them sideways. Now in this one I have, let's see, transfer tapes that are 12 by 12. This one is sublimation infusible ink, I should say, paper that I have ordered from Amazon. This one has what is this called again? The paper, holiday paper from Hobby Lobby. This is the same type of paper, except that all of these I took out of the books and just donated the rest of the books. I just took out the ones that I liked the most and took them all out. The 12 by 12 books, and then this is just stuff that I have intentions on working on and just haven't done so. This is just an extra transfer kit, and this is just some blanks that I haven't worked on yet. This is just my communion pencil kit. If you've seen me, this is just my paint Lazy Susan. This holds all my heat pads, and then these are my pillows for when I'm using HTV and I need something to lift up my material. Here, and I have labeled some of them, so I'll show you that in a minute. This is also some blank material, chipboard and stuff like that right here. This houses my wood veneer right here that I have not used yet, and then this as well houses some other material as well. As well as my aluminum sheets that I need to really get to using. This one right here has a bunch of sticker papers. That's what is in here. So like I said, I did label that. And this has my glitter paper from Cricut. Smooth glitter paper, that's what's in here. We have some shimmer paper right there. Foil paper is in this slot. And then we have regular cardstock and what is this one? Poster board. That's what's in here, as well as my light pad. Actually, I have the Cricut light pad and I have the Dollar Tree light pad, which I had intentions on doing a review on comparing the two, so I might do that. So like I said, I had to label both, so label everything so I can know the difference of what's in each spot. Okay, so let's open up this one. This one's not as full as the other one. A lot of these is my D-rings for when I make wood rounds, 2 different sizes. So this holds 10 pounds right here. And then the bottom one holds up to 25 pounds. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see, 25 pounds. And then there's some that I made for Mental Health Day or month. And then these have all my little sign hanger things in here. That's everything for in there. And then in this container or thing is nothing. Just, well, not nothing, but it just has empty jars for future use. And now for this spot right here, it's, I don't know what this one is called. I call it the X, the Professor X or the X-Men spot. And all I did was use it to hold my transfer paper, transfer tape mostly is on this spot. And then my white vinyl and my black vinyl as well. So my white and black vinyl, because that's what we use the most, is right here. And that's it for those two. These 2 containers, this one on this side and this one on this side. And then for this middle piece, you have Janet, which is my HTV rod automatic heat press, and Jack, which is my big traditional heat press. And there's the top. And then you have my middle floating shelf. That's all my pencils. Well, not all of them, but a good amount. So my Mitsubishi pencils, my Tombow, my Prismas in 2 cases, my Holbeins and my Polychromos, my Caran d'Ache pencils, and then my Star Joys are right there. This is my Derwent metallic pencil collection from the 20-year anniversary. That's just an empty box. And then here I have my markers from Prisma markers and my Blicks. These don't have, this is the original 76 set. I don't have the new collection. And then, don't mind what the candle says. And then I do have the entire collection of Copic markers. Now, up top of there is I have 2 collection of Chalk Couture chalk. And the thing that they're in is actually something that I had bought several years ago. And I had just happened to have painted it. And I realized when I was looking on Stampin' Storage that it fits perfectly. Although I have to use a weeding tool to pull them out. But outside of that, it's a perfect fit. All right, these boxes are actually empty. They're just up there for decor. And these folders right here is where I store my Chalk Couture stencils. And then some of my coloring, my finished coloring pages are in there. And that's it. Now, I do want to do a disclaimer. For my coloring supplies, I want to let you guys know that although I have all of these took years to collect. So I don't want anybody to think that you have to go out and have all of this at any given time. And it took me, like I said, a long time to collect. So don't think that this is a necessity. It was just, I have what we call FSS, full set syndrome. And at the time I was working and I just collected it slowly by time. Every pay period, bought 2 or 3, so many pieces at a time. So I wanted to say that because I don't want you to feel like, again, this is something that is needed. Okay. Now with that being said, let's continue with this. So here's some of my choc couture on this side. Like I said, I needed to use some of my vertical space. These are the big pieces that I have. I did buy some from Magnolia as well. So here's these stencils, and then the even bigger ones are down here. Down here, I also have some HTV rolls, and then down here as well. This is where I used to keep my cardstock and stuff. So what I ended up doing is Cricut had a massive sale on their cutting mats, and I ended up just moving it right here. And I needed to repurpose this piece right here, and my dad and I moved it right here because we couldn't figure out what to do with all my Wi-Fi equipment and backup battery. So we ended up repurposing it, and it fit perfectly right here. Here's my bigger heat mat, pressing mat right here, and my much bigger cutting mats as well. Healing cutting mats, I think they're called. All right, so we are going to go into these banks of drawers so that you guys can see. And again, I'm going to reiterate that I don't want anybody to think that you need even a quarter of any of this stuff that I have, because it's ridiculous and it's not needed. Okay, just so you know. All right, so let's get started with this first bank of drawers. Now this one has to be the odd drawer because when I saw this color, I thought I was gonna go with this color, and I bought it, and it was the only one in stock. And then when I brought it home, I was like, I'm just gonna stick with the standard white. So that's the explanation I have for why this is this color and everything else is the white. So here we go. We'll start with the bottom drawer. This just has a bunch of sublimation blanks that I have, and these are not technically sublimation blanks. This drawer actually has blanks that I am going to use coating spray on it, and that's why they are all in here with the spray. So that is going to be part of another segment of series, and that's why they're in here. Okay, let me know in the comments if this is something that I should actually do, if you guys are interested. If not, then I will probably nix this and just do this for my friends and family. Okay, so then this is actual sublimation. I did do a video with these masks, doing Barbie masks for my daughter and my niece. So if you want to see that, go ahead and look for that video. And so I haven't done these yet. You guys know I sometimes just get the stuff and then I'm just like, I'll get to it when I get to it. But now I really need to work on that. So these are not magnets, bookmarks. I am an avid reader, so you would think I would do this more frequently, but there are different sizes. I have this one, these magnetic ones, and these right here, and then these different sizes right here. Okay, and then these are my infusible ink right here. Now this all says Joy infusible inks. And then what's funny is I went ahead and bought the Mug Press infusible ink. Now you don't have to buy the specific Mug Press infusible ink. I was just being abnormal, of course. They are the exact same size as the Joy ones, if you notice. See, 4.5 by 12. So, and you don't have to just use it for the mug press. I don't think, I haven't even opened these, so I guess I have to check it out and see. So these are all of these. These were when I bought This one, the mug press one, it came as a package, I would say. And I think these I bought as a package as well. So that's how that happened. That is my story, and that is what I'm sticking with. Okay, that's what we're going with. Now, some more sublimation blanks, Cricut sublimation blanks, and this is not sublimation, but I think I'm going to test it as well. So yes, this is what all of this is. And this is actually for the butcher paper that you put inside the sublimation blanks. So, and then the tape, that's all this is. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna move on to this bank of drawers. So this is my smart iron-on right here, and I do take them out of the box and roll them up because I find that that takes up less space for me. Now, I don't know how everybody else does it, but for me, it takes up a lot less space, and I'm all about the space. So this is the smart iron-on papers that I have right here. And then I do have some of my Joy, and the reason I put these in here and I bought the other brand is because if you notice, the Cricut brand does not have a hole on the top to hang. So initially I had clipped them up and hung them this way, but it kind of stuck out, and so I didn't want to do that anymore. But you could do it however way you want to. And then this is the Dollar Tree one. But yes, so this is this one. And then, like I said, I just take them out, roll them up really tight, and use a rubber band on each end. So that's how I do mine. And these are the Joy. These are all together only because they're holographic. Now, of course, you can always use the regular size in the Joy. You don't have to buy the Joy. They're interchangeable either way. You can use the Joy on the bigger mat. It doesn't matter. So, like I said, I have FSS and too much time on my hands. So that's why I did that. I really don't have too much time on my hand. That's just what I like to tell people. And sometimes some of the colors you can't find in the bigger one, I think. So that's why I did that. Okay. Enough of my craziness for that one. And then I couldn't find another spot to use to put my paint rollers. And I do use these when I'm making my wood rounds. And that's why they are in here. All my paint roller materials are in here. And my rubber bands from when I need to put my paint in a Ziploc bag, my sandwich baggies. If you haven't seen me do that, it's probably in a video somewhere. I just take my sandwich bag, put it in my brush in, and then, yeah, you know what I mean. And then I just reuse it. So that's why this is lasting forever. So that's what's in here. I think this is magnets. Let me see. Yeah, adhesive magnets. So that's what that is. And then here's my continued collection of color pencils. So I had to take all of these from my room that was upstairs because I needed to have them here so that I can go back to using them, because I felt like they were getting lost upstairs. So I currently have Blick, Color. Actually, this is Color and Brute Fresno macaroon pencils, so on and so forth. I seriously do think I have a Derwent pencil collection addiction. But if you guys want me to make a separate video of my color pencil collection, let me know in the comments. This is more color pencils. There's the other set of the Magic Wand pencils. I just did this like this, and then this is the drawing stick, so they're two different things. Just added them in here. So, and then there's some over here. these actually have all of her palette pastels in here. And actually I use these a lot for backgrounds when I'm doing it. And then this collection is the new Derwent, the new 28 color pencils, the Intense pencils. I haven't put them in the pencil set yet. So that's why they're still sitting right here. I also have down here the polychromos in their old school tin when it came out. I want to say in 2015, so that you guys can see. This came out, I think it was in 2015, and it was to celebrate the 150 years. So just wanted to show you guys that. And then I also have the gelatos in here. But that's pretty much it for this bank. Again, if you guys want to see my pencil collection, I can always make a separate video. All right, moving on to these middle drawers. These are the wider Alex units. Okay, and then under here there's a gap. So what I did was I put my I always forget what are these called, but they're for my pressing machines. I put them in here, and then I also have what I use to space out my shirts, my rulers for my shirts. And then I have 2 books in here. It may seem extra weird, but I also use these from whenever I need to weigh something down. And then the rest of my cut, when I need to cut something down, and then my much longer papers. That's where that is. Okay, so Halloween is down here. So all my wood pieces for Halloween, things of that nature, is down here. Wood blanks, that's what's in here. Christmas is in here. So that's everything right here. Some stuff is back here as well. So that's what all is. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's Merry Christmas. That's all. It's funny, this is not Halloween, I know, but couldn't make a drawer for Valentine's Day, so that's what that is. And then all of fall is in here. This is not fall, but I didn't have a lot, so that's what that is. And then this one is not labeled because it's just random things that's in here, and I left it unlabeled because it just fitted it. These are the chips that I use to make my paint chips. That's what's in here. And then my woodwords are all in here. I love woodwords, so I have a whole collection of them. This probably should have went with the fall stuff, but it's not. So that's what's in here. And then some more woodwords right here. It's a Mod Podge, or however you want to call it, a soup of words in here, but I can find what I need. Okay, let's move on to the next bank. Okay, so we got more vinyl right here besides the vinyl that's right there, right? I have a ton of vinyl. This is also a, what do we call this? Overflow, because we'll get to the vinyl, but this is an overflow of vinyl, which I keep forgetting that it's over here, but it's okay. We'll get to that. Again, look at the video that I did of mistakes that I made as a new crafter. See, my kids, video that I made as a new crafter, and you'll see why I say don't do a lot of the things that I did as a new crafter. So when I do my vinyl, I roll it up and use tape. This is just low tack tape, painter's tape, essentially masking tape. And then here's some more vinyl. See, so this is vinyl, black and white vinyl, and I got this probably from Expressions Vinyl. This is Orcal 151. And it doesn't fit right there. It would not fit right there, so I just left it right here, and this is all overflow vinyl. But this is usually not the first place that I look for my, this is not the first place that I look for my vinyl. So there's that. And then all of this bank is my Expressions vine, my infusible ink, I'm sorry. So it's all left in here. When I got all of these, as you can tell, they were all on clearance from Hobby Lobby and they had their massive clearance, and I got these either $3.74 or $2.74. So I think I got almost the entire collection, give or take, that was available. And I did write how long I leave mine for, $3.85 for 60 seconds, give or take. So that's this one. And then this one, I try to do it in the color range that I want. So cool, warm, and then certain order that I think makes sense to my brain, at least. There's that. And then this is Smart Vinyl, and this shimmer black should be on here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so when I do my Smart Vinyl, I also roll it up same way. And then some of the Joy one, I do label it so that I know the color that it's going on. I try to do it with the Joy. It doesn't always stay put, but that's what's in here. All the Smart Vinyl is right here. And then this one is also Smart Vinyl, but this is the Tech Rack brand, which I am getting ready to do a video because I found some other matless vinyl. So that's all of these. I've actually had this for a long time and I have not done anything with it. So I need to get busy. I've actually had it for maybe a year. It's probably only been a year. So I need to get rolling on that. So that's why it's still in here. All right. And that is this bank so far. Now moving on to this bank down here. This is my mats, and mostly silicone mats and things like that. And the mats that I use when I'm painting, when I feel like it. And then rub-on transfers and stuff like that is all in here. Stickers, stuff like that. It's chaos in here, so it's a lot. And then these are all the cards, Joy cards that I mostly use, things like that. So yeah, and then the envelopes for those are back here. And I just created little insert labels so that I know the sizes that they are, so when I go to make them, it's easy for me to just pick the right size in the machine. And that's what all of these are. Make sense? Yep. And then this is my hot glue gun drawer. Lots of hot glue gun. And then some of the glue guns are specific, so I use wood glue in here. And then I had one that I use color glue in this one, things of that nature. So, and then this is all glue sticks, nicely organized. So that's what's in here. And then the final bank, this is just your drawer of everything and anything. So I'm not just gonna go in here because it's the junk jar, my tech junk jar. These two are fabric, so they're all rolled up. No sense of order or nothing. Just whatever I'm looking for, I just go in and find it. So I don't want to go in here and make a mess. And then this is my rub-on transfers that I have. Dixie Belle, what's the other store? Hobby Lobby and things like that. I try to buy them on clearance. This is from a store that's local to me here in Georgia. And that's what's in that drawer. And then here's another one. This is from Amazon. Then I buy seasonal, things like that. This is also from the local store to me. and things like that. Try to get them seasonal if they're on sale and things like that. So that's pretty much what's in there. And that concludes this entire bank of these drawers and this entire wall. And next we'll do the closet and then the other side of the craft this. This very skinny, what were they called? I want to call them the Bobby, but I believe they're called the Billy. I give everything their own personal names that have nothing to do with what they're actually called. And then I've also used the very top. So all my ribbons are stuck up there, and my bigger wood rounds are also up there, as well as my inks. My printer inks are there. And as much as possible, I use my vertical space. So I've got all that, and then as my other side of my closet as well, and some of my floor space. Now, what I did with this one is, my hand is always in the way, isn't it? What I've done here is I've tried to make sure that I've labeled everything as much as possible so that I'm not just rummaging through here. There's my chalk couture. And now they also bring your blanks, because before all you got was the stencil and the paste, but now they bring the blank. And this month it looks like they started labeling the blank, but I had already started labeling it, and that's why you see all that. And so you see everything labeled as neat as possible. So that's where everything is. So keep going. Okay, so you have these units. This closet unit idea was actually one of my co-workers' idea. I seen him do this in one of our Zoom calls way back in the day, and I was like amazed. I said, Frank, oh my gosh, what is that you have in your closet? And he told me it was these I'm gonna call them Bobby units, Billy units. And I immediately went to IKEA and bought them and set them up. And here they are. That's everything that's in here. So this is another basket, some more glass containers, my faux stuff, and everything that goes up here. Lots of ribbons up there. Like I said, use as much of your space that you can. And we zoom back over here, vertical space usage. And that's pretty much my entire closet unit. And then we have that. All right, we're gonna close this up. Aprons and hats, that's that. You guys have probably seen my video. If you have not, go ahead and look that up. These were in the video. This is one of my tiles that I did, subway tile that I did a long time ago, way before I had my channel. So that's old. And then we're going to come back over here, and this is where my print cut station is. So that's where all my units are. These are my art books. These are old, and I brought them here because I was gonna put them up on the shelf on the other side where my markers are, and I still have not done that, so that's why they're sitting right here. This is my Cameo 4. I am hoping that my husband buys me the one that just came out, the 5. So Jill, fingers crossed, might be getting upgraded, so she might get Jill 2.0. So she's right here. This one is my very first Cricut machine that I got for my birthday a few years back. So her name is Spice. Look, Mickey Mouse. Yes. And this one is Ice. This is my Maker 3. And after I named this one Joy, I realized, oh my God, it's the Cricut Joy. Why would I have named her Joy? I have no idea, but she is Joy. And then my Cricut mug press. I do have another mug press, and I find that every time I use it, it leaves like a mirror. I don't know what it's called, but it doesn't seem to press, so I figured I might as well go ahead and try the Cricut one. So this stand I got on Amazon. I didn't initially want my machines to be this fashion, but my sister was like, you might not have a choice, because in my vision I wanted them laid out all the way across, but because this stand was supposed to be 4 across, but when I realized I was going to have to buy what is this called, a printer stand, I was like, well, I don't have a choice. So she told me, well, you're gonna have to buy one of these stands. So I ended up with this one, and it does come exactly like you see it, with 2, so that you can do 3 machines on top. So just it's on Amazon. If you're interested in something similar, just let me know, and I can probably find it on Amazon where I ordered it from. This little sign, I got it at Michael's in June because it was Pride Month, and I never painted it because I just loved it exactly how it is. So, and now with this, I did this as well a long time ago. These are just candles that look like paint cans because I thought they were perfect. And yeah, I just read these books, the Sandman comics, a while ago. This is the companion to my green one, and that's why it's right here. So that's that. And then my print station. Now, I have stated that I was a project manager in my previous life. So 2 of these printers were from that previous life. So that's why you see them. So don't think that that I have these here because I just keep in mind that that's why that. So that's a laser jet, and that is a standard printer. I think, is that a laser jet? No, that's just an inkjet, but it is color as well. And then this is my Sawgrass sublimation printer, and this is my Epson inkjet as well. So this one I did not turn into a sublimation printer, but I do use this to print a lot of my regular inkjets and certain things that I do use in my craft space. But my regular day-to-day printing is with these 2 printers. Okay, so what we do have left is these bank of drawers. Now all 3 of these drawers banks are vinyl. And again, do not make the mistakes that I have made in the past by having all this excessive vinyl. All right, so what I have done for these is that these are not IKEA. These are actually all from Amazon, and I got these because these are 7 drawers. But the top, this top and the other tops that you saw and these over here are from IKEA as well. So I will start you off from the top instead of the bottom like I did and the other side, just to be a little different. All right. So this one is my pattern vinyl, and they are in some kind of color order. I think this is Cool Colors. I could be wrong. No, this should be in Cool Colors, but this is all my pattern vinyl in this drawer. Now, I have been on a kick of trying to use all my vinyl, and that's what I've been working on for the last few months. No, this was Warm Colors. This is all my Cool Colors pattern vinyl as well. A lot of these are from HTV vinyl. I'm sorry, not HTV vinyl, Expressions vinyl. So you'll be able to see that when they have the names on here. So that's what you see right here. So lots and lots of vinyl. Okay. So pattern, and then you go to solid vinyl. So lots of pattern, different colors. So again, it's all a Warm Colors right here. just continue on. This one always has a problem opening. I don't know if it's the way we put it together. Okay, let's see. There we go. It just catches right there. Cool colors right here. Just in excess. So that's all my vinyl. And then this is just neutral. Whites, grays, blacks, browns. Okay, so then right here, we have all my banks of iron-ons. So pattern iron-on is in here. And it's the same thing. So cool colors or warm colors in here. So that's those. Then we got glitter iron-on. I had a lot of glitter iron-on. I don't like glitter adhesive, but I do like glitter iron-on. So I ended up just making them have their own drawer. And then I have a holographic iron-on as well, so I just left it in here. And since I needed their own thing, so that's why I have double. It's just easier like this. Solid iron-on right here. So that's how this is. And here we go with the solid. This is warmer colors, cooler colors. And most of the time I just tape them with either washi tape or masking tape. So that's why you'll see like different tape types on here. You see washi tape on some of them. And then here I have HTV Ron is primary by itself because the backing, and it's hard to tell the difference for HTV Ron, and I have a whole bunch of it. So that's why it's in its own bank. So that's what this one is, and I had to turn it around for some reason. It just didn't fit properly in the other way. So this is its own vinyl as well, different colors. So this one was cool colors, warm colors. So for some reason it feels like it's longer. It just didn't work the other way. So, and then this is the iron-on right here. So, and then some more of the iron-on in the warm colors. And then cooler colors right here. So then I got printable vinyl in this drawers. So we've got all of these. Some dark transfer. Light materials. Paper transfers. Let's see. So that's all my vinyls and stuff like that, and confetti. So then we've got smart paper is in here. So the smart labels, that's all the stuff that had just recently came out. Deluxe paper, all that, whatever, anything that's smart paper is in this drawers. And that's it for these banks. So then, last but not least, is right across from my print station is the stuff, the paper. Move this out the way, and then we'll go over everything over here. All right, so in here, before we go to the bottom, is all my scrap vinyl. In this, there should be a video up on how I have this set up for my vinyl. So my scrap vinyl is in here. I also have my scrap transfer tape paper all in here, and this is my scrap HTV. And these lovely file folder thingamajiggies all in here. So if you're interested on how I did that, there's a video on there as well. So this is a 4-cube unit from IKEA as well. So let me take this out. This is a rotating clipboard that I used to use when I was coloring. So just put that up there. Now, all I did was buy these file folder things from, I think I got these from Amazon, not IKEA, but IKEA does sell similar ones that look literally exact. And what I've done is I've labeled all of these cardstock, and what I've also put on these, I have these label things. Let me show you. Got these online, magazine dividers, and then I took my label maker and just put the size of my paper. So this side is 110 and this side is 120. Just so that depending on what I'm printing, I know exactly what I need from what paper. So for instance, this will tell me exactly what I'm looking for in that instance. So whatever I'm working on, I can just be prepared for exactly that. So this one, for instance, is foil paper for cardstock, and then some of it is metallic shimmer paper, because sometimes you buy it and then you don't remember once you take it out of the packaging. So that's why I decided to go ahead and use it and label it. I was originally going to take it back, send it back, because what I had originally bought it for, I decided not to use it, and I was like, let me just send it back, because these are kind of expensive. So anywho, now this side is actually pencil paper, marker paper, and Copic. This is regular marker paper. It's not the same as Copic Expressive. So if anybody has used markers, you'll probably know the difference between your Copic Expressive versus your regular marker paper. They just are two different beasts. And then you've got your pencil, 67 pound, and so on and so forth. So that's why these are in here by themselves. So there we go for that. And then let's look at this. This is just all extra stuff, extra printer paper, all down here, laminating sheets, so on and so forth. My kids' line paper, stuff like that. That's where these are stuffed in there. Now, all of this, however, is my swatch books from Coloring Pages Bliss. So this would go with all of my pencil collections. So let's see, if you are a swatcher or you like to color, that's where these would come in handy. So that's why these are all in here by themselves as well. So I will be using these when I start everything back up next month. I actually have one that's probably swatched in. I think this one. I'll show you how this works. I think maybe not. Oh yes. So like for instance, there's my gel pens for my jelly rolls. So that's how I did that. So that's how that works. Okay, so let me put this back in here really quickly. So that pretty much covers this whole area. This is what I call my paper area, and it's directly across from my printer area. Okay, so let's go ahead and give you again an overview of my crafters to close out the video. Actually, I just realized before I do that, I did not show you my island where I do all of my actual recording. So here we go. Here's my spot. I have these on here because I just finished a couple of recordings and I left them on here. So this is the famous area that you guys see on the videos. So this is all of my everything is Grogu. You can't see him anymore on my current videos, but it's one of the things that I got from Temu on a haul that you probably guys have seen. If you haven't, take a look at that. But my pens, weeding tools, and some more weeding tools. But yes, my daughter tends to sit here a lot when I'm over there working and she needs to study. So this is a kitchen island from IKEA as well. So, and I got this, and then these countertops matched it perfectly. So my sister was like, well, that's what you should probably get. And that's what we ended up doing. And other than that, the other thing that I did end up doing was these Cricut measuring, one of these rulers, I ended up putting on the side. So if I needed any, then it's again use of your vertical space. That way I can have access to them all the time. These chairs I got on Amazon. It came exactly with the set of 2. And my SpongeBob pillow that I got from Universal Studios eons and eons ago. Now, a lot of it in here is yellow because I needed a color that went well with turquoise, and yellow was the perfect match. So here's my setup. I have an iPad that stays in this position, and then I use another device right here that goes right there, and then my phone usually goes right there for the front facing portion, and then I just connect everything right there. And like I said, the computer goes right there. So a lot of times if you hear that humming noise, that's usually what it is. And then the lamp does not stay right there. It usually goes on the floor, but that's about it. So there is everything from this office. Oh, and I should have showed you guys, this is where I actually keep all of my mats. So these are the carb mats from Cricut, and these are my other mats, all my other mats from Cricut. So the cutting mats I just leave right here. The green one you guys all know, and I do label them. Well, not label them, I do have something in the front so that I know which is always the front part of the mat, the paper I should say, the plastic shield. And then my longer mat, what is it, 12 by 24 I think, is placed right here on the bottom piece. So that's where that one goes, right here. And these are just up here with command hooks, nothing fancy, but and I don't have to usually go in here very often, so that's why I forgot that it was up here. And that is my entire setup. So I'll give you guys a quick pan once again so you guys can see the entire setup. Now, if there's any questions that you guys have for me about anything within the craft room, please feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to answer any questions that you have if I have not done so in the video. All right. This is actually a gaming chair, and that's another pillow that I got from Universal Studios. I don't watch the SpongeBob cartoon, so don't think I do. It's just, it was a nice pillow. And yes, I do watch a lot of anime. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed my craft room tour. Again, if there's any questions or if I left anything out, please feel free to ask me in the comments, and I will do my best to answer any questions or help you find anything that you need. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and remember to always have a very colorful day. Bye.